how to make my no-bake white chocolate and raspberry cheesecake with a buttery biscuit base and delicious filling. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, where today I'm making one of my personal favourite cheesecake recipes ever, which is white chocolate and raspberry. It's a no-bake recipe. It's perfect for spring, summer, raspberry season, basically. Anytime you want something sweet with a little tang, and it's really easy to make. Yes, it's quite similar to other cheesecake recipes I have, but I just think it's also really pretty. And it's incredibly easy to start with just a biscuit base. So I always start with digestives, like always. But if you want to use a shortbread base, you can. Substitute them for the same amount, just add a third less of the butter. And for the butter, you can use actual block butter or a baking spread. Whatever you have in the fridge works, but honestly, it's that easy. Blitz them to a fine crumb, add the melted butter and press into your springform tin. So once you've done your biscuit base and it's pressed down firmly into your tin, we can move on to the filling. So just like any other no-bake treat, I tend to think you need full fat ingredients to make it set properly. So when I do this, I use double cream, which in the UK is about 47% fat content. So if you're in America, your equivalent would be heavy cream, and you basically want to find the fattiest liquid cream you've got. Then we have some full fat soft cream cheese, and then I have some fresh raspberries because they're delicious in a cheesecake, some cooled and melted white chocolate, and some vanilla extract. And these ingredients will whisk together nice and thick and go onto your cheesecake base to create the best and most delicious no-bake cheesecake ever. Slimy. So once your cheesecake mix has been mixed together, as you've seen, I prefer to add in my melted chocolate first because I feel like there's a lot less chance of the chocolate seizing. So when the chocolate will seize, it'll basically go into little tiny lumps really quickly. So I find if you add the chocolate in first and then your cream, it creates a lovely thick and smooth cheesecake mix. So once that's all whisked and thick, you can add your raspberries. So I use fresh raspberries because I kind of like how when you mix it through, it breaks down slightly and it basically creates a lovely sort of dappled effect, which is beautiful. But you can use freeze-dried raspberries if you want it instead, because you don't want the fresh like fruit. I'd recommend probably not using frozen because they will thaw in the mix and basically create too much moisture. But you could also maybe, skip the raspberries and just swirl through a little bit of raspberry jam instead, if you fancied. Once your cheesecake tin is full and you've smoothed it all over, you can then chill it in the fridge. I'd say overnight is best all of the time because the longer it has to set, the better. But I'd say a minimum is probably 5 to 6 hours and it will firm up really, really well. If you find at this point your cheesecake mix was not that thick or not as thick as mine and you're a bit worried, you can dissolve down some gelatin or some veggie gel and then fold that through the mix just to help it out. But honestly, if it's nice and thick like mine, you're going to be able to take out the most beautiful cheesecake once it's set. And yes, please be patient and do the setting time. It's worth it, I promise. Once your cheesecake has set, it's ready to decorate, and of course take it out of the tin. But I always make sure my decoration is ready in advance. So I have some melted white chocolate ready to go, some sweetened whipped cream. I always whip my own cream, whether it's double cream or whipping cream, with a little bit of icing sugar, because if you use the squirty cream cans, it's just going to deflate straight away. And then I have some fresh raspberries and some freeze-dried raspberries to go as well. And that is how you make one of my favorite cheesecakes in the world, the no-bake or white chocolate and raspberry cheesecake. It's sweet, delicious, the perfect no-bake dessert, and I'm sure you're all going to love it too. Enjoy!